who has been torn away from their security blanket, their parents, the ones who stop the boogeyman from terrorizing the nights and curing their boo-boos when they scrape their knees. Now just imagine how they might'st feel when the CPS meant to protect them tears them away from their supposed abusers and places them with strangers who have zero comforting skills. They need to be calm. They are confused, lost, panicked, and needing their parents, but CPS took them away for the purpose of saving them. The kids don't even know why, and they are told that the parents they attach to no longer want them. What do you think that does? Do you think that this is how protecting children is supposed to look? Abolish CPS.
Psalm 127:3. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. This suggests children are a precious gift from God to be valued and cared for.
In the United States, a child a minute is taken into DHS, CPS, and so on custody. The reality is their pics are already selected, you just don't know it. Being perfect no longer matters. It's what the adopting families are looking for.
Who is it stealing the children, you ask?
From caseworker to the White House, the buck stops at all levels, just not where it is supposed to be. The services your family needs, we the people have paid for to ensure your reunification. Title IV says, reunify at all costs. United, we stand means nothing to us when it comes to family values. Children are being ripped away from their families. Parents are reverting to addictive behaviors to cover the pain. The trauma caused by child removal is just being recognized, and the results are atrocious. Termination of parental rights is not healthy for anyone, just profitable for the people enforcing the lie.
It's time Washington listens to the cries of our children, the wails of their mothers, and the rage growing in the fathers. These are our children. Keep your damn hands off them. We are coming to act on the behalf of the children God gave us to protect, and you kidnapped.
Well, good evening, all. Welcome to Saturday Night with Vinny. We are CPS victims hunting for justice, and this is Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to welcome whoever is in watching. I'm trying to get the chat here. Give me a second. The chat should show up on the side there. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. As for me, I am not. Anyone that would be willing to join the chat, I'm going to throw the link down in the bottom of the box. That way, you guys can join if you want. Tonight's gonna be a little bit of an open forum. There's an upside to what's going on in my side. I just found out some information that kind of really ticked me off tonight. um, so I'm not impressed with that. As you guys know, I've been battling a criminal case and a civil case with CPS. The case just took an even more of an awkward turn. And I'm going to be probably serving the district attorney, Anthony Diaz, for what he just did to me. So, with that said, we got Durham. Hey, Durham, how are you this evening, man?
Good, Vinny. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good call. I've hardwired my PC in tonight, so shouldn't have any connection problems. Like.
Oh, nice. Yeah, once you hardwire, so the connection is 10 times better.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
much
Kerry.
better.
Hi, Juna. I put the link in there if you guys want to join. You're more than welcome. My shows ran a lot different. I welcome anyone to get up in the box and talk. I'm willing to listen. I did find out some information. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to read it to you, what was said to me. So my attorney emailed me on a Saturday. I wasn't expecting that one because he never emails me on a Saturday. So he said to me, let me get up here to it. Yeah, I gotta find it. Okay. I heard back from the prosecutor late yesterday. The state will not agree to amend your bail in any way, allowing visitations with your children or losing house arrest. What we will have to do is file a motion and argue it to a judge. Please gather updated letters from all your services providers so I can provide those in court. So I said to him, I want the judge's name and the DA's name. I am serving this asshole. DA, enough is enough. I have rights to see my children.
You're back to stage one now.
Yep. I'm back down to now. They won't even let me off house arrest to even go out around my town. They're basically holding me hostage in my own house because the only time I get to go out is when I go to work.
It's not good.
Or to an appointment. That is it. I don't get to go out in public. I don't get to ride my ATV. I don't get to do what a normal person would be doing. And that is wrong.
Pedophiles are allowed to walk around in the fucking community.
Well, see, that's what this whole thing stems from. They're trying to prove all this, yet they don't have a solid case. When a judge raises her eyebrow at a case and states that we have to wait another 90 days because they failed to provide information and the state police are not doing their job the correct way. It's been a battle. It really has.
Sue these assholes.
Carrie.
Hey. Got two guests.
That's awesome. Welcome in, little Carrie.
Yeah, you say hi. Colton, say hi. Look. This way. Look.
She's not interested.
No,
she's not interested, is she?
No, he don't care.
No, less.
So I wrote back and I said to him, this is a violation of my rights. And if something is not done, I will do it myself. And I will blast this corruption of this DA to the news and this entire case.
I think you should.
And he wrote back. I said we will file a motion. Get me a letter from your service providers to show you are engaged in their services. And I said I only have counseling and case management. That is it. Nothing more. What's up, Rich? I see you're in here. Welcome to the show.
He's asking if I'm here.
And you know, I sent him a thing stating, you know, I CC'd him to my counselor, and he never replied.
What can you do about that, Vinny? Nothing.
Actually, I can. Where this is part of the criminal case, I can serve him under law and under color of law, and the judge will have to look at it.
He didn't tell you what kind of motion he's going to serve him with?
No, he didn't.
Or whatever.
No.
Fuck it.
That would have been nice to know, just to give you the heads up on it. But
well, we got a juror with a too. Yeah, there we go.
How are you?
Susan?
I'm fine. I'm in a shaded corner though. I'll try and get more light on the subject.
But
what are you doing in the dark?
He said something in the email. He said something in the email that didn't make any sense to me. So it didn't make sense to my stepfather either. He said something about the judge said that they might sanction the state.
Right, because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're supposed to be, they're violating your rights. That's why. So that's good. That's good for you. I mean, but it still sucks because it still holds your business back.
So I'm writing a professional letter to the judge. I found out, I found the thing on it the other day, how to write it, what to put in it, and to get my point across. And I'm going to state in my first part of this how much of due process has been broken here.
My friend found a AI app that's just like legal based or whatever, and it's really good. It's called BIKK, like Bic. And you can get one, yep. And you can have one free conversation a month, but you can like keep going off of that conversation, which is what you'd want to do anyway. You know, because it remembers all your information that you put into it or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's a Google Play one. It's on Google Play.
Yep. Yeah, they don't have it for PC, but for their phone they do. It's really good though. I mean, I'm telling you what her and I have been doing lately about filing an appeal, and we're trying to do a reconsideration on the appeal to get a rehearing, whatever.
Oh, echo. Someone's got echo.
No, it's probably me.
I'm gonna download it right now. It says Vic, AI legal assistant.
Yep. It's really good though. I mean, just stay on the same conversation and it's free. But even if you have to start a new one, it's not that much money. It's like $10 for 20 conversations. No, headphones. Yes. Come on. Or get out. Get out of my room then. Out. All right.
I mean, even then, like that's really cheap, really.
Yeah, it is. And it's been very helpful to us and what we're doing. And
yes,
but it told me how to do the brief wrong. It told me the format of the brief was wrong. Hey, put that on. Thank you. No whining. Whining.
Because whining is for babies, and that is which you are not.
Right.
And mommy knows best.
Right. Mommy's the boss.
That's right.
I mean, I write boss on everything, but it doesn't work. Still not the boss.
We're getting feedback from somewhere. I don't know if it's a Jura or I know it's not Durham.
Is it me?
No, it's not you, Durham.
Is it mine?
Nope. Yeah, I think a Jura's mic is like way up there because it keeps being way up.
That's a real kick in the teeth today, Vinny.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was, and it made my day shit at work because I tell you, I didn't talk to no one. I kept to myself, and usually I talk to everyone at work, and I just focused on my job, and I didn't talk to no one.
It's probably hard to work today. That's horrible.
It, I had high hopes. He said that he wasn't going to argue it, and then all of a sudden he said no.
Well, yeah, the other day it was looking really good.
Yeah,
Maybe it's. I mean, let's look at it at a different angle. Maybe it's like for him to say that he's going to sanction the state. Maybe it's he wanted them to mess up, so he could sanction them. So it would warrant that state sanction.
That might be right.
To be in your favor, turn it down now. Right now. You go in your room.
That is very possible, but he even said that just in conversation with him over the phone, he said there's so much that they're missing in this case. Like they have no physical proof, they have no actual evidence. They did four warrant searches, 2 on mine, 2 on hers, and found nothing. But on her side, they found her selling herself online to older men from the ages of 18 to 60.
Well, at least she's not picky. I mean, that's good. She's not judgmental.
Yeah, but as you're probably well aware, Gary, that is a federal crime.
Solicitation.
Yep, of a minor at that.
That's fucking hell. Your age of consent is 21, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, 21 for male. 21 for women and 18 for men.
So what it is?
Men are considered adults at the age of 18 in the United States.
That's how it should be.
They just can't legally buy drugs or any of that stuff.
What's the age for alcohol? 21.
21.
Which is good. 60.
Okay.
And the same for cigarettes. It's 21 as well.
60.
For cigarettes?
You got to look 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends on the state. Yeah, that's right, Rich. And Durham is here, Rich. He's actually talking in the background there.
You turn it off. He said, "Turn it off."
I sent Herbert the link, but I haven't heard from him. I sent it to Ashley.
That was cool that Brooke came on last night.
Yeah, but she came on and then disappeared.
Yeah, she does that sometimes. But I think it's more of her connection than anything.
Vinny, CT, Rich in the comments. Asking if I was in here.
Yeah.
She needs to get her ass in here. Tanya, don't be shy.
Let me redrop the link here. Rich, I'm putting the link in there. That's so you can join us up here.
Get that in mouth.
I'm probably going to do because I'm running late. I'm going to do the show a little bit longer past the time because I was late starting because I didn't get home until after 8:30 and I needed to take a shower.
My TikTok's still running, Jay.
Oh, there she is. Hey, Tanya.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing,
Then we got
honey?
Mr. Herbert with us, so we got a good show tonight.
Just chilling, watching, and making sure you guys get your kids back.
I'm trying. I'm fighting and fighting.
Never
Tanya,
stop
I can't
fighting.
believe CPS is as bad as like children's services in England.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they are.
How's the kids?
They're good.
Good, good, good.
Good evening, Mr. Herbert.
Hey.
Oh, I'm doing pretty shitty, man.
Oh no.
Your ears.
How
We
you
were just
doing,
talking about
Durham?
you.
Is that Durham that's on there?
Yeah.
Hey, Durham, how you doing?
Oh, good. You had a good day?
Oh, good.
Cool.
So you were talking about Herbert?
Yeah, we were wondering where you were.
Oh, I got stuck. I'm a chess player. I was in a tournament, and I played the UK. I played Netherlands. I played Norway. I played a lot of different countries, and I was stuck. I think I was stuck in Brazil trying to end the game.
Nice. Did you win?
Brazil, I beat Brazil. Yeah, I didn't beat Norway. But it's a tournament, so we constantly playing each other.
Right. That's
And
cool.
we got 12 more hours to go.
Oh my gosh.
It was a 6 day. It's a 6-day tournament.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I can play chess for 12 hours.
Can't play chess full stop.
Well, no, what you do is you play, and when you can't, and you get what they call trophies, and you get scores. For the last 3 games, I came in first place. This one, I'm coming in second place. And another guy from Brazil, he's got like 4,000 points. I got 2,000 something points. So I'm still trying to catch up with him, but I don't think I'll make it. But at least I'll solidify and hold on to second place. That's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, that's cool. It's just a game. See now? Let me tell you guys about chess. Do any of you guys play chess?
No.
Do you? Any of you guys play chess?
No, not me.
No.
I ain't got
No.
Okay.
no patience.
Okay. Let me tell you the value about playing chess. Chess is not just a game. Chess is life. What I mean by that is the way you make moves on a chessboard is exactly what you guys are doing in the courtrooms.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's exactly how you handle yourself with your attorneys and with your adversary people. Advocate people, right? They make a move, they do something certain ways, you do something different, but then you do something off the beaten path and it throws them off, and then you come around and bingo, you got checkmate. In other words, you got your kid back. See, so as I'm listening to you, because I play so much chess, you guys are a chessboard to me. So I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking about, okay, what move should Vinny make? How can he make that move? And, when he's working with his attorney or working with the courts and stuff like that, you see? So it's like a big chess game.
I found something. It does date back a little bit. But I wanted to read it to you guys and see what you guys have a feel of. CPS caseworkers continuously separate children from their parents at a monthly rate of 300 times greater than the number of separations at the Mexican border. That took place in May 2018. These separations occur day in and day out. They are commonly happening in secret and without fanfare. CPS caseworkers take children from their homes, their schools, and from hospitals. If the children have been taken for medical care following an injury or medical condition, children are also separated from parents and sometimes from their siblings too at CPS's office in the Juvenile Child Protective Dependency courthouses.
There's a lot of feedback there, I think.
Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from.
What are you hearing?
Feedback.
Feedback.
Maybe it's for me. feedback or echo? What is it?
A little bit of both.
All right, let me try something. Okay, just that second. Did you hear any feedback?
No, that's better. Oh, it's there again.
Is there again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
Okay. I'm going to do something and keep talking and see if you still hear it.
See if you hear it now. Nope.
I can't hear nothing. No, that's fine.
Sorry,
That's absolutely
Jerry,
fine.
you gotta come back, hit the link again and come back in because you're echoing.
Well, I am.
No, Ajura is. We're all good. Yeah, echo Brenda. Yeah.
Okay. I'm back on. I stopped my mic for a second when you were telling a juror to go back on. Are you hearing feedback now?
No.
I can't.
Okay, so it was her phone.
Hold on a second. I've got feedback. Maybe it's me. What I'll do is I'll come out. I'll come back in.
Yeah.
All right, bye. All right, guys.
So did you guys hear that
So-
at all? Then?
Yeah. So 2000 at the border, there was less children taken than what period of time? Less children taken at the border than another period of time.
Right.
What was that other period? I didn't follow it. You said there was less children taken in 2018 from the border than there was children taken someplace else. There was more children taken. Where was the more children taken from?
There's more that goes on.
Oh, okay.
You guys want me to read more of it?
Well, what are you trying to get us to want to know?
I'm just trying to, because according to this, the percentages of 7.4 million children were named suspected victims of abuse. And that was in 2015.
Okay. I see T. Rich says it depends on the state.
Yeah.
We're talking about the age of consent.
So are you talking about, are you referring to Maine or the entire United States?
The entire United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
31 states have an age of consent at 16. There are 8 other states that have the age of consent at 17. The rest are age 18.
Herbert
So
feedback.
basically, they have pervert, touching 16-year-olds and saying it's legal.
It goes on all the time, though.
And whoever wrote Florida sex trafficking is absolutely right.
It's even funnier to go out to see some of these because they have one that says CPS board approves plan to remove resource officers from schools. Officials say CPS special education policy violated federal law, suggested 3 years of monitoring. And then I found another thing that said a groundbreaking study on fathers and family breakdown, unveiling the lost dad, which is kind of like really true because you see they're targeting both sides right now. You see they're targeting not only the mothers, they're targeting a lot of the fathers now too. And that shouldn't be happening. Hopefully we get some other people back. I know Carrie disappeared, but she's probably in the chat.
I've come back in, so
Welcome back, Durham.
thank you.
Ajara, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've come back on my PC because my phone was just rubbish.
Yeah. I don't like using a phone. It doesn't work right.
No.
It doesn't. I tried to the other night. I was just getting nothing but connection problems. Just keep kicking me out.
Yeah.
So Tanya, I want to hear a little bit more about what you know. What's going on in your area?
I actually last year helped get a kid back from a sex trafficker who was trying to take her to Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked with the National Center on Missing and Exploited Children to get a kid back.
So what is your take on fathers that are being victims of CPS?
What are you? I don't want to know what you did or what they say you did or what they're trying to claim you did. If a parent is loving, they're not physically, sexually, or mentally abusive to their child, and they're taking care of their kids, they should be in their children's lives, flat out. I don't care if the parent went to jail for something that had nothing to do with abuse. That's not the child's problem. If the parent is in that child's life and it's a good parent, that child should have that parent access to that parent.
I fully agree with that.
We find that in the UK, they'll bring up stuff from your past that has nothing to do with child abuse or anything like that. If you've got a drink drive conviction, they'll bring it all into the courts, which is like totally irrelevant to why you're there, because it's about children at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter what you're locked up for, it doesn't stop you from being a parent.
I kind of agree with that though, Durham, because I've seen that in my case too. They've brought in stuff from when I was a kid. I was a troubled youth, obviously. I had a rough home life, all of that. And, they brought everything up from when I was a kid to when I was busted for speeding. And the funny part is that when I got busted for speeding, it was on my ATV, and the game warden understood. He is like, I see that you got a flat tire and you in a hurry. He goes, but do you know how fast you were going up that hill? And I told him, I said, no, I really don't know how fast I was going up that hill because I was leaning on my ATV to keep it up off the ground. So I paid my fine. I pled guilty because obviously I was speeding.
But that doesn't have any bearing on child cases.
Yeah, that has absolutely no bearing on that whatsoever.
Nothing.
But they brought it up. It was right in there.
Vinny, they brought something up from when I was 15, which had literally no relevance.
That's shit.
It is.
Welcome back, Terry.
But that's what they do.
Welcome back, Herbert.
They'll go into your records, they'll find anything and use it against you.
And it shouldn't be like that. It was not designed to be that way.
Definitely not. That's what I was saying last night. Every country seems to be working off the same song sheet.
I don't believe in abolishing in them. I believe in defunding certain parts of their programs until the program is rewritten and their policies and procedures are rewritten where they don't have authority. The people do. It should be up to the people to delegate what they want in their policies and procedures. And I highly believe that because this government has taken over, and ever since they took over, we're all screwed across the board.
Brenda says in the comments there, they did it to her. They just make stories up about you. That's very true. Don't make anything up about you. They lie. They make up stories. I mean, I said I'm an alcoholic. I don't even drink alcohol. So how the hell
Yeah,
am I? Do you know what I mean, Vinny? How am I an alcoholic when I don't touch the stuff? Do you know what I mean? And then you go into court and you tell the judge, look, I don't drink, and they don't do nothing about it. And they've just perjured themselves in court, and the judge just let it go.
They said I was. They said I was the same as you, Durham, an alcoholic. They have that in the report too, and I'm just like, I've been sober from alcohol for 7 years. 7 damn years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think they just have like a standard script they just go off of. Well, let's just put this story out for this person, and I really believe that sometimes. There's too much
I do too. Yep.
I mean, look, we're in different countries, and it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Same details.
It is. That's why I come in here and I'm thinking, oh, will it be? It's going to be different. No, it's not. Everything that's coming out of your mouth is coming out of our mouth. It's just identical. It's a carbon copy. So, and that's why we know it's a global problem. I could probably go on a YouTube channel in Sweden, and they're going to say the same shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's happening in Australia, big time.
Where? Sweden?
So Australia.
Yeah, I've heard a couple other places across the seas that are having issues too.
Finland's bad as well. Finland.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia. But all the same shit.
Yep.
You know, while you guys are mentioning those countries, while you guys are mentioning those countries, I just got an idea. I have the ability to chat with my opponent. And I think what I'm going to do, like with Sweden and Denmark and Australia and all those countries I play, I'm going to ask them if they're having issues with CPS.
Good lad.
Yeah, you should.
I have.
Like the grocery store.
I'm connected with over 195. There's only 195 countries flagged. I mean, meaning 195 countries on the planet. They have a lot of different flags. There's a lot of different associations, like territories they own. But there's only 195. And I have them plus. So I think when I'm playing, I'm going to start asking them if they know of anybody or if they have issues with CPS, because I can actually hit every single country. That'll be interesting.
It would be good to get a few people on here live from different countries with the same sort of input. I think just a couple there.
Yeah.
Would be good.
I touched bases with I think it was Greenland or Norway. I was asking them about the prison system, and they were telling me that the prison system there is better than some people's homes. They got TV sets, they have microwaves, they have a kitchen they can all go to. It's like
they got more than that.
It doesn't.
Some of
it doesn't even.
One place in Norway has they have their own gardens they can grow. They have phones. They have computers. Their dorm rooms are never locked down.
Nope.
Why would you want a house that you pay bills if you can live like that?
Right.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Exactly. And I was blown away when the guy was chatting, because I was just asking him about the prisons, and he was chatting with me and telling me everything that Vinny was saying. They have their own computers in their rooms. They have nice beds. They have microwaves.
I'll give up my citizenship to go over there. I'd be more than happy to. At least if I did go to jail, at least it would be in a nice jail.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you got to
Lots
go,
of people to talk to.
I mean, I know that they're gonna eventually say something to me and put a gag order on me because of the shit that I spout on public sites.
You only put gagging orders on people because they've got something to hide. Why won't they let us speak? Because they're hiding their crap.
They like to
They're hiding their crimes, Vinny.
Yeah, oh yeah, they like to silence us because they know that we're calling them out on their bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Is Tanya still in here?
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to think if I should ask my friend from Russia what it's like over there. Because she's already telling me that they're disappearing people just for saying simple stuff about against the war, and so I want to know if they're disappearing kids too.
Tanya, you've seen my children.
I've seen your babies.
And what was they like with us?
They're beautiful babies. They've never been touched. They've never been hurt. I've only seen one kid crying once, and that was just because he just woke up and didn't want to go back to bed, and it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, nothing. They were beautiful kids, and they deserve to be home.
Thank you.
I want to do that too. I want to speak to my Russian friends.
I think that you guys doing that is one hell of a good idea. I mean, because then what we're learning more, we're finding out what countries are also dealing with this, and that's a good thing because then we can all band together.
Right, and reach all sorts of different audiences to get the word out there.
Yeah, because it'll
hopefully get to the goal, like Herbert's goal, the prevention
of
it happening.
Yeah, definitely.
I tell you one thing. I reached out to 4 Republican Party legislators today about my case, and I sent it right to them.
My friend got a senator to reevaluate, to order an investigation on her case. So that was cool. I mean, I didn't think she'd be able to get it done. I thought she was wasting her time, but absolutely she wasn't.
Nope, you can. If you got proof and you can show them the proof, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she didn't even send her that much proof of that. Everything she's got, she just sent I think 4 different things that they had done wrong and violated her rights on, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
I am here, but I'm gonna my head's gonna be off camera for a minute.
All right, not running away, right?
No. I'm here. I need a cigarette, so I'm not gonna smoke on camera where I can be seen.
To get banned on YouTube, it's like you would at TikTok.
Brenda, you mentioned that your husband. Brenda, you mentioned that your husband was arrested for a cartoon post, but what you're not mentioning is that your husband was running for office as sheriff in that particular county. So they're going to go after everything and anything he does.
That is very true.
I'm acknowledging your post, Brenda, about your husband was arrested for a cartoon post. But you got to also tell the people here that your husband was running for office and they don't like him.
Kind of like I really am a dick on the offset when it comes to CPS and all this bull that's been going on.
Should be. Should be like that.
Yep.
You're only standing up for your rights, Vinny.
I put out there today, 6 hours ago, this DA in my criminal case is an asshole, denying me my rights as per the Constitution to see my 2 kids. You, Mr. DA, will be served under Title 242 and 241. Violation of rights under color of law, you filthy piece of shit.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's not that bad. It could have been worse. It's not threatening him. It's just stating your facts, what you're going to do.
Yep.
Well, like Carrie says, it could work in your favor, Vinny.
Yeah. It really could. I could see a judge doing that, just letting him screw up to be able to justify sanctions.
That happens. That does happen.
Right. It just sucks the way.
This is definitely a screw up because I was told that they were going to allow it, and then all of a sudden he said no.
Right. And you haven't even been your kids aren't China or anything yet, right? Like you haven't even had any of them hearings.
No, I haven't had any of the hearings.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So really, there should just be a motion to dismiss it all. Really, is what should be filed.
I did file one, and I filed one with the CPS case, and the Assistant Attorney General Aaron Koff wrote off on it. So the
Oh, that's
judge
right.
didn't even
Yeah.
get to see it.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's not how it's supposed to be. I've never heard of an attorney general signing off on like that until your case.
Yeah, people don't realize that when Darren says it is really bad up here in Maine, it is really bad. The corruption runs all the way to our governor.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about your guys' state lately, and yeah, it is. It's absolutely mind blowing.
Well, you
We have
remember the
certain areas.
report card about Maine. Everything was
Right.
Yeah.
D's, C's, and F's
Yep.
Yep.
about the government of Maine.
It's been
Well,
a
a
big.
lot of people don't
Vinny, has it
realize.
been a? It's been a big problem for a long time.
Well, see, and a lot of people don't realize that our governor of Maine was a cocaine dealer, the biggest one in Maine.
Mhm. Wow.
And that's per
Yeah,
almost
I think
everyone
there's
that you
something we're
talk
all
to.
missing. Something simple that we're all missing that of where we
Yeah.
need to like either report it or get involved with, or I just feel like there's just something we're all overlooking.
Yeah,
I wa-
there's something.
Sorry, I was thinking earlier, if it is such a situation worldwide, there's a higher hierarchy controlling it all.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we need to
Yeah.
get the board of directors. They've got a board. CPS has got a board of directors that like makes their policies or decides, I don't know, when they change things up or whatever, and they put out a report like I think a quarterly report on like their meetings or whatever, but it never says like where they are, like where they physically, their location, or who they are. It just says the board.
I think you
You
just
know,
said who they
uh,
are, who they WHOWEF, I think.
oh, we got
Yep.
Darren with us tonight
Yeah.
too.
Notice of restriction from property. It's bullshit. You need to have the.
Yeah, it's because they won't touch the rich because
Oh, he's still
their
talking.
lawyers will wipe the arse with them because they've got the money to fight them. It's the same in
Well,
this country.
Well, I think it stems from the bar associates. That's
Yeah.
from they're all attorneys, and if you look at most of these people that represent them, they're all attorneys.
They get
You
that.
have to follow the money. You have to follow where it comes from, where it goes.
Debbie Anderson said the judge in her daughter's case doesn't like the judge like him taking pictures of her son's bruises. Now we had that problem.
Yep.
We were checking when we was having contact with our children. They were coming in with no ends of bruising. We checking them obviously every time we saw them, and then we got reprimanded for that. Now, if it was in a school, the teachers, if they spot bruising, they're going to check them. So we're the parents. If we see bruising, we want to know where it's coming from.
Yeah, my friend was placed with his grandpa, and his grandpa had put hands on him, and my friend, the mother, called the cops. And when the cops got there and the worker got there, they were told that, oh, it was okay. He just pushed him. He didn't put hands on him. But he had bruises, and it was obvious. And the kid that is 14 and was telling the cop, yeah, no, he put hands on me. And the cop was still justifying it. Along with the CPS.
Welcome to the show.
Debbie, I don't
have to get
understand.
over it.
Debbie, I don't understand why the judge has issues with your daughter taking pictures of her son's bruises. What do you mean by
it doesn't matter. Well, she said that in foster care, he's in foster care. Well, it doesn't matter if they're in foster care or not, because you know what? I have proof on my phone of my daughter being abused in foster care, and I kept that
so
proof.
I don't know. But I don't know why the judge would take exception to pictures being taken while the child's in foster care with the bruises.
They wouldn't even bring ours up in court. I got them all on my phone, got all the evidence of my children's bruises, like I told you, like strangulation marks and that, and they wouldn't bring it up in court. It's important. What? Because it's happening in foster care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. So we know that it's not child protection. We know
But
it's
is
not
it
about child protection.
about bringing in new evidence?
Are they?
In certain cases, you can't enter in new evidence into court. So if you go to a contact and you find your child's been hurt, and then you try and present it, I think a lot of the times that's not allowed to be entered in, which is totally wrong.
That makes a lot of sense because it hasn't been reviewed, verified, confirmed, or denied. So therefore, you can't bring that up in court. I get it.
Darren, you're welcome to talk with us. You muted your mic, dude.
But if your attorney gets it and then shows it to the other attorney, then they can bring it up. So I don't understand either.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
because
No,
you're allowed here. You're allowed to admit evidence.
no, you guys are talking three different things. What she was saying before is that you just can't walk in a court and say, look, my child's been abused and blah, blah. No, that's new business. You can't bring that up.
No.
And the
Well,
other person
mine
was
was-
mentioning,
mine-
yeah, but it has to be brought in front of attorney one and attorney two
Right, that's what
in
I'm
order
saying.
for them to introduce it to court. That
Right.
makes sense. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree with you. And
Yeah,
they,
that means
the
you
court,
follow the
the way the
chain of
court
command.
system works is that you have one, then you have two, then you have three, then you have four. You can't just jump to five. You got to first start the whole process. You got to go through the process to introduce that the child was abused in foster care.
Yeah, you have to follow the chain of command. Which in my case, I had proof that I reported it to CPS, and I told them about it, and my wife told them about it, and they didn't do anything. They said, "Oh, we investigated, and we never saw any proof of that."
That's what I got right from the beginning. Exactly what I got. They turned a blind eye to it. I
And they do.
I walked into a police station, Vinny, with the evidence. I walked to a police station, and they said to me, "You'd be in these cells if that was at home." But that was
I
all I
mean,
got. That's all I got.
I don't know if you guys seen the stuff that was on my daughter, the when I showed you guys, but yeah, it's I sent email after email and they did nothing. I mean, here I'll show you guys again.
Yeah, I seen it the other night.
That was the bruise on her arm.
Jesus, that is horrible.
Okay, then
Is there one on the chin?
yep, one there. Okay, that ain't all. I mean, and her first picture took in. Okay, look at her eyes.
Yeah.
We had that.
So when you introduced this information, what did they say, Vinny?
They said that they would look into it, and we never heard anything back. There was supposed to be her going to see some kind of doctor, and yeah, they didn't get her into a doctor until almost 3 weeks after the fact.
So is this your attorney that's looking into it?
CPS is what it means.
No, it was CPS
Is your
that was
attorney
supposed
the
to
one
look
that's
into it.
No. Forget
No.
CPS. No. You have to have your attorney follow up and look into it.
It doesn't matter now because they already moved her, so that they hide that evidence.
Okay, so
And they
they
always do it.
resolved it by moving her to a new foster family. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, they'll justify it like that too. But then that's foster family that they moved her from is still going to be in working order. It's still going to be active and be able to take children in.
Yeah, it's going to be more children going through her or him or what, and they're going to be abused. So an investigation should be made, most definitely.
It's just like when I filed the papers against them all. Yeah, I got proof that I did it. I had them sign for that shit.
We were told nothing was going on. I says, where's the bruising coming from? Where's the marks around the neck's coming from? Huh?
Everything,
You don't get marks around your neck from falling.
Yeah, no,
exactly. No.
No.
I could understand if it was like below the knee and stuff like that. All kids get hurt like that, you know what I mean? Just climbing and shit like that, man. But then when you're getting like strangulation marks and big massive bruises to the back and shit like that, that ain't normal.
You guys need to understand, though, everything you do at the court, before you even admit them documents and send them to the court, once you type it out, make 4 different copies, okay? Then have all 4 of them copies notarized by a bank or by a notary with you present. Then send everything to the courthouse certified mail, so they have to sign for it. That is your proof that they got it. That's what I do with everything I do with the courts. I do everything notarized.
I've been
everything, so they have to sign for it.
Vinny, I've been approached by the media.
You know what? You should speak up, Durham. You have that right.
I am now. I mean, I was outside their building the other day shouting the odds, like, you know what I mean? So, but they wouldn't come out, and they wasn't gonna come out. So,
I'd be one of those people that I wouldn't say the right thing to the media until I would think of the good thing to say afterwards, or the things I forgot, or you know. But Vinny's right. You should definitely never be ashamed of this stuff.
But I'm definitely not ashamed. If we'd have done the stuff they said we'd done, then fair enough, hands up. Yeah, we're guilty. Fair enough, our fault. But when they're spreading shit and talking shit,
right?
Do you know what I mean? It's not right. And they're doing this to everyone. I do agree, obviously, that some children do need to go into care because there's a lot of horrible people out there. We're not saying that, but the people who are literally not doing anything and are making shit up about them, that needs to stop. That does need to stop. We're never going to beat the system, but we've got to try and change a few things in the system. That's like we should be the things we get accused of. We should be in front of a jury, because what they're accusing of us of is like neglect, and that is a crime. But they don't. The reason they don't put us in front of juries because they don't have any evidence. They go on probability, and that's why we're not in front of a jury.
Do you guys get offered that over there? Like,
no.
Have a jury?
No, they take us into a small courtroom. It's not even like going into a proper court. It's like a private room. Got a judge, then you got the barristers, and the solicitors and whatnot. And it's like acting school. We sit there. We're not allowed to speak. The only time we're allowed to speak is when we're giving out our evidence. But then you've got them going, oh, you've done this, you've done that. And I said, well, if I've done all this, what you're saying, don't you think we should be in a criminal court?
Right, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you're accusing us of doing stuff to kids, hurting them, and well, that's abuse and neglect. So we should be in a criminal court.
Right, and then when you are in criminal court and those charges get dismissed because they're bogus.
Yeah, because they haven't got the evidence. So if they took us into a criminal court, 9 out of 10, you're walking out with them kids, and they know this.
Yep, I agree.
So,
we're offered jury trials, but there's this way that they manipulate you to waive it.
Yeah.
In CPS cases, yeah.
Well, they'll say it's not in the best interest of the children. Probably is that what they say to you?
Yeah, or it'll be longer until you won't see them for a while because we'll be waiting on this.
Yeah.
If you just waive it, you'll be able to see your kids today. Things like that. Yeah, it's always bribery.
That's manipulation.
Absolutely, it is.
And they get away with doing it.
Yes, they do.
Hey, I always thought that once the judge seen what was going on, the judge would just cease it all. Is how I believed. And but the judge doesn't see all the manipulation part of it. They only see these reports, and I almost feel sorry for them that's what they go off of and they just some of them are really genuine and they try it and sincere and try law. Not all of them are grimy, but it seems like they're becoming
We had one
Jara, you're breaking up a little bit.
Who? Is that me again?
No, that's a Jara. She's breaking up a little bit.
Is it windy up in Scotland tonight? Yeah. But as you can see, it's global and we're all talking about the same shit, and it is the same shit.
Well, I liked your idea about protesting. I think that was a really good idea. It'd be really cool to do that.
Yeah, I did it tonight, just to see what you were. Just put a banner up, put my TikTok on live, and left it there. And I was thinking,
Nice.
hey, I did. I just left it there for about 2 hours, like, and people was popping on wondering what the fuck it was, like, basically. But you know, if everybody did that, you could flood social media with it,
right?
Because every time they scroll up, banner, social services, CPS, social services, CPS. Every time they scroll up and down, it's there. Sorry?
You're breaking up, Carrie.
Right.
It's just little things to get people to notice, you know? Especially.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, I agree with Debbie. They do that. They do. You know, they do that. They post them on Facebook.
They're not supposed to do that in this country because they're under
No,
child protection.
they're not supposed to be doing it in the U.S. either.
Yeah, because they're under child protection.
And if they do, they have to hide their head so they can't be seen.
Because we had my son's school told because they were putting pictures up, not in the school, but outside the school, like trips, you know, and they were using the photographs. So we had to tell them that they were breaking the law, basically. The first social worker that came to see us, I've got photographs of her getting absolutely drunk out of her head. And she's calling me an alcoholic. I think she was fired though, because she put some children in danger. So I think she was fired from her job. So
that was good.
It's kind of funny how they go and, you know, they change everything. Because if you go back and you look through all your paperwork and you look back through from the beginning to now, and you read every single line, like it changes more than once.
You know, can you ask for the paperwork data from the courts?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Do you know if you ask for all that? And then
we can request any record,
right? So we can do that, Vinny. So if you go and request the data and all that from the courts, then go and ask the CPS for all the paperwork and they've got, and then what you do, you compare them, and I guarantee you they're not exactly the same at all.
No.
I bet you our papers would look like yours. I bet you they would be very similar.
And my court bundle was over 1,000 pages long. Yeah.
I'm still
hers, and hers was like this, and it's been open for like a year and a half, I think. And yeah, her papers like this from just CPS.
See, I'm still waiting on them to give me the AI information that they have on their Katahdin report. And once I get that Katahdin report and I see that Katahdin report, I'm going to blow their case out of the goddamn water.
Yeah, I think that you got a lot of ground there on that one. I really feel like they shouldn't be dependent on that. You know,
and they are. They're using AI software that is failing the entire system, and it was stated in a news report by the Ombudsman's office, which is the overseers. Hey, I like that. That's awesome.
I do too. That's good.
That's good, Darren. Keep it like that. I like that one.
When they're talking about banning TikTok from the States.
Oh yeah,
somebody's just put it into the comments because they can spread information, obviously, because we're using it, obviously. But there's talk they're going to ban it in the States, aren't they?
They're trying to. I don't know if they're gonna, but they're trying to.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for months. Yeah.
There's
Debbie,
other
that's crazy about Debbie's just said that her kid, the fosters put her kid on Facebook and posted the child's name. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that at all.
You guys want to hear something that I got sent to me today?
Yeah, Darren. Yeah.
Check
What you
this
get
out.
sent?
Check this out right here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up.
You all right, Darren?
This is some people that we kind of parted ways a couple of months ago, but they sent me this as a something that they walked across. Hold on 1 second.
Did you see Connie's live today?
No, I didn't.
She almost had her license back.
Did she?
Yeah.
Why,
She's
she going for the other side now?
Well, she's trying to get her practicing license. Yeah, license back, and she went to the appeal court or something, and they almost threw her out of the courthouse. One of the bailiffs did.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I sent it to you in an email. It was only like a 20-minute video, and she was just like giving an update.
All right, ready? This is a little bit long, but it's not too bad. It says, "Hey, not for nothing, and I know lately we haven't seen eye to eye, but I ran across a situation that astonished me and thought you need to hear this. A very good friend of ours brought us to a place on the back roads of Lebanon. The road was dirt and the place reeked of pigskin. I waited in the car when he went inside. As I was sitting there looking around, I noticed large piles of old ripped bagged up garbage, old metal trailers made into pig pens with black stinking mud about 4 feet deep. I heard chickens squawking and mangy yellow cat limped on by. Out of the corner of my eye, I kept seeing movement in the pile of metal scrap piled up next to the driveway. I finally grasped at what this movement was and discovered it was several rats scurrying around the front of the house. When my friend finally got back out from the house, I asked if the inside was as disgusting as the outside, and he assured me that it was worse. The house was in shambles and the stench about unbearable. My friend then proceeded to tell me what the man and he were talking about when he was in the house. He told the story of how DHHS was there a day previous, asking if this single, unkept, stinky, dirty man would consider taking in a 15-year-old runaway girl for $19 an hour, or for $19 a day. He couldn't get the foster rate because he would have to take 24 hours of classes to become a foster parent for the state. They proceeded to tell him that nobody wanted her and it would be a good way to make some extra money. I instantly thought of you and your crusade to save the children from the state agency that is supposed to be protecting our children and families. This place was not fit for an animal to live at. And I, for a fact, know firsthand that the state rips children from their families for little more than hearsay. To be taken from a family that loves them to be put into a squalor like I saw today is a complete abomination. I really couldn't even believe what I was hearing. If this child gets placed at this stinking, filthy mess, then there is really no hope for our children. The state of Maine should be completely embarrassed to even suggest that they are out to do what is best for our children. I know for certain that it is all money game and a witch hunt to hurt and torture good people by stripping them of their children. This has to stop. The whole department needs an overhaul, and we as parents have got to stop them. If after intense investigation there is a problem found, the state needs to treat the family as a unit. No exceptions. A child should never be ripped from their parents for any reason. They are just destroying lives. All lives involved will never completely heal from this abuse at the hands of the government for money. And this has got to stop. Now, before something tragic really happens to the perpetrators of hell, parents are not going to be held responsible for doing what comes naturally to anybody or anything that tries to harm their children. What is it going to take for lawmakers to see the abuse of power by the Department of Human and Unhuman Services? It has to stop.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful, that.
Yeah.
Rescue that girl.
Right?
You imagine that in 19, and let me tell you something. If this people were saying that this place was a disgusting mess, this place had to have been a site for horror movies.
Yet they allow that.
$19 a day. I mean, that's what it's down to. Jesus. That's crazy.
Jesus almighty. But, you know, they go and they hang that over $20. That's $600 a month if you hand it to somebody that's got nothing. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I get it.
And can you imagine? So if that place was that bad, so a DHHS worker was at these people's home saying and promoting this to them.
I think I know Debbie Anderson. That name looks very familiar.
Debbie Anderson. Yeah, but that's what I got today in one of my emails.
That's
I thought
crazy.
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a big slap into all of our faces.
Don't you
Dude.
guys just want to go rescue that girl that they're trying to place
Yeah.
there? I do. That's insane.
Makes me want to go light a fire under CPS's ass.
That won't do nothing. Somebody will put it out.
Yeah.
That won't do anything.
Like, how do you place a kid and try to offer something like that to that? Like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
Darren, did you see that email I sent you about that video about a therapist testifying?
Did you send it to me today?
Yep.
I have
Actually,
not
yeah,
read it
this
yet.
morning.
I just got on a little while ago. I had a couple of things I was doing earlier. And,
All right, Jared.
So I didn't.
Debbie, I gotta ask: were you the one that followed me on TikTok? That used to talk to me all the time? Yes, Laura Ann. Yes, on TikTok, Laura Ann. Yes. Yep. Hi, Debbie.
Vinny's now caught up.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go look at that right now.
But anyway, so this therapist was testifying for this mother. It was her therapist, and the therapist was telling CPS about here. You need to stop what you're doing. You've traumatized this mother and this family so much. You need to put workers with her that understand that she's been traumatized and that are patient and can be nice to her instead of her having to be on the defense all the time. And she also just told them that, I mean, she pretty much just like owns him, the lawyer that is for the state or whatever for CPS.
Right.
And yeah, she just testifies very well, and she advocates for the mother very well. And nobody listens to her. She still got her rights terminated, but
Well, here's the question: how come? All right, all this stuff. We got Malibu, Dallas. We got Jess. We got me. We've got you guys. We got all of these people that are all across the United States that go as far back as Roz 25 years ago, and then further than that is Connie and stuff. How come nobody's still winning? How come there's no winning remedy for this? You know, people know how to beat a speeding ticket. People know how to beat murder. You know what I mean? But yet we can't beat Child Protective Services. Why is that?
because when we do find that winning thing to do, they take it away. They find something to fight back against it, and then we're all out here searching again.
There's no courts. These courts are false. They're phonies. They're administrators. They're not actual law judges. You're never going to beat an administrator. There's nothing to beat.
That's true.
Debbie, do you know who I am now? I was fighting for your rights.
Exactly, Brenda. You see what Brenda said? They put you in prison for trying to rescue.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, I wonder, Brenda, how's Chris doing? I wonder, hopefully they stop messing with him while he's in jail, at least. I can't believe that he's in jail for that long.
I thought he was out.
He's been there for a while now.
Got your hands full, huh, Carrie?
Oh my gosh, yeah. You see me keep looking back, yeah. He's something
So
else.
why you're always not on cam? Because you're always busy.
It just gets insane. Did you hear how loud he is? He's louder than me. It's insane. I figured he'd be pretty calm tonight, but it didn't work.
That's what melatonin's for.
Yeah, did you see I had headphones on him earlier? I thought once I did that, he'd be good, but no. Now he's like, I think he just likes fooling me. It's kind of like he puts me to sleep and then he'll go do something that he's not supposed to be doing, or like go escape outside. And
that's funny.
It make me. I put my arm like all the way around him and hold him, and yeah, it never works. I don't know how he gets up, but he does.
So, Jared, you missed it since you weren't here the first beginning of my talk. So I got an email this morning from my attorney when I was on my way to work, and he stated that the DA denied me from seeing my children.
It's still not a judge.
Nope. And they also denied my bail conditions to be changed.
Of course,
So
the TA works for the state. Of course they do. They're the ones already prosecuting you. They're pieces of shit, man.
So
You
wait a
need to go
minute.
to the judge.
So it's the DA for your criminal case is saying that you can't.
Yep.
How can they do that, Darren? That's not right, right?
That's
No.
a violation of due process.
It's got to go to the judge regardless.
Yep.
Judge is the one that has to make that decision. So you still need to be able to see your kid. You still need to see all of that. And you're absolutely right. You have not been found guilty yet. But however, there might be a stipulation. But no, that wasn't a stipulation before, right?
Yep.
There's no protective order, is there?
No.
Is there
Only on one of them.
That would be the only thing that would hold you back is if there was a.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't catch that at first. That it was the DA for the criminal.
There's only a protection order on one, and she is about 4.5 hours away.
So that would just be virtual anyway, then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not right at all. Not even a little tiny bit. Is that right?
Nope.
Your criminal should not be crossing into your civil. I know that they do. I get it. I get that it's the same situation or whatever, but it's.
And if they do, then they dismiss that. Then they should be dismissing your DHS charges because they didn't do that for me, but they sure as hell should be doing that for you if they do it, because you know that's where this is where your case is going.
It's headed that direction. Yes. Yep.
And I'm sure that's what your lawyer is going to file is the motion to dismiss.
I already told him. I said, "Be prepared. I'm writing a letter to the court, but not only that, I'm serving this asshole. I really am, because when it all comes out in the wash, and I prove myself innocent, I'm gonna look at them and say, now I'm gonna slap every single one of you with a lawsuit, and I will have one hell of a lawsuit. And it's not about the money, because the lawsuits are gonna pay for themselves, because I'm going to just take one lawsuit, take that money, put it to the next lawsuit, and so on until I complete the whole circle. I'm not after money. I'm after to prove a point that these people are so corrupt that it's beyond belief.
Mm-hmm.
I want their jobs. I want them on a meat hook.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at what they cost everybody. Look at what they cost every person that's on these shows, every person that talks, every person that emails us, every person that does everything. Look at what it costs them. I mean, it's driven them to the point of this. Literally, it's driven them to the point of sitting around night after night, talking to people, networking, trying to figure out how to destroy them and to try to win their cases. Like, that's when they could be, when honestly, all of us have so much better that we could be doing right now. Not that we're not doing what's good, but we could be going to the movie with our family or doing something that isn't talking to everybody else about CPS and that they stole our kids. You know, there's so many more better things we could be doing with our lives, but we are this because this is what they've created. So be it, you know, be prepared when all of us finally come to a head and move forward. And you know, once this thing cracks, it's going to just roll right downhill, man.
They've created a monster, Darren.
Yes, they have. And they don't realize, and it's going to be, civil war is coming. If this thing does not break, civil war is coming.
Most definitely.
I'm game.
We could just get like this big bus and just go around and get all of our kids back and load them all up.
Look, I had that plan of saying if we could get 500 people in each state to go and take their kids back at the same time, 500 people in each state, there's nothing that they could do.
There wouldn't be
enough police. They would be so overwhelmed they couldn't do a damn thing about it.
No, they couldn't. There wouldn't be enough police.
Right. That would outnumber them.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what we mathematically figured out. There's nothing that they could do about it.
There's not anything they can do about it.
So, I mean, you would have to overrun the amount of state police that they had because the state police are under the governor's control. The town police, they would just fall because, you know, some towns have 2 cops or whatever. What are you going to do when you have 15 pissed off parents coming to get their kids back? They can't do anything about it. They'd have to side with you. You know, the only people that you'd have to worry about would be the state police because they're under the rule of the governor, which our governor is being worked on for being arrested for treason.
Somebody's just sent me a YouTube video. We do not consent. Mr. Matty Moses. It's on YouTube.
Is it good?
Yeah, so you might want to give it a look.
We do not
Yeah.
consent.
Yeah, I've just received it there.
All right.
Mr. Matty Moses.
The juror says she's sleeping.
We do not consent, featuring Odd TV.
I'll look that up. Let's see what this is.
I don't consent to any of it anyways, because you know what? I don't have a contract with CPS at all. I never signed one. And I told my attorney that today. I said, you know, you go back and you look through everything, and you can ask my attorney in the CPS case, and he'll tell you the same thing. There's been no contract by me signed. I have not given them no consent to anything.
This video is off 6 years ago, but just about 6-10 years. It might still have some bearing.
I like your little picture, Carrie. Boss babe.
I'm a little confused, Vinny. You don't have a contract with CPS. You have 2 children in CPS. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why can't you see your 2 children?
Because it's a criminal prosecution that is not allowing it. Because he's in cahoots with the state of Maine, which is CPS.
So for whatever reason, the criminal prosecution is saying that these 2 children cannot be with you.
They're saying I cannot have monitored visitation.
They're saying you can have monitored visitation?
I can't.
You can't have monitored visitation.
Nope.
They say why?
Nope.
Did your attorney ask why?
I have no clue. He never replied back to me. I probably won't hear from him until Monday morning.
Your attorney never replied back to you?
Nope.
Good. So Monday afternoon, when you're on the show, you'll be able to tell us what your attorney said. You don't have authority to have visitation.
Yeah, I should know more.
You will ask your attorney that question. Why can't I
asked him a lot of things. And I also told him, I said, that's a violation of my rights.
And you're going to ask, why can't I have visitation? Either
Keep repeating it.
He said he was going to file a motion. That's all I know. And he had to talk to my dad.
in order for him to file a motion, the reason.
You're breaking up, Herbert.
You need to continuously ask, Vinny. You need to badger him and badger him until you get an
If
answer.
the attorney's going to, then he must have information in order to file a motion. He has some kind of information.
He does. He knows that they're violating due process.
But he knows the reason why they're saying you can't see your kids. That's why he's going to file a motion.
Well, he blatantly kind of didn't tell me the reason why. And I understand he's trying to protect this DA because he knows him. But this DA is better known as an asshole by lots of people. Lots of people do not like him because he is very corrupt.
Your attorney blatantly knows why. So why doesn't he tell you why?
Because he won't. He even though he doesn't admit to it, he still works for the court.
You have a right to know. You have a right to know.
But he's your attorney,
I have a right
and
to
you
know,
do
but
have the right to know. But he's your attorney,
like he
and you do have the right to know, because that's why.
No. Like he listen to me. like he told me, he does not work for me. He works for the court. He answers to the court.
Yeah.
So
He does
he's
not
not your
answer to me.
attorney. So he's not your attorney.
I come second to the court.
Right. Yeah.
You're asking a really simple question. Why can't I have visitation? You're not getting deep. That's not deep. You're just asking a simple question. He can give you a simple
They
answer.
still will not answer. They still will not answer. Telling you, you don't understand, Herbert. It's bad. It really
Herbert
is.
does not.
When
Herbert does not understand because it's a simple question. Yes, you never got here. Listen, that's not deep. Is why can't I have my kids back? That's deep. But to say why have to you can't visit. You didn't.
That'd
You
be like
didn't
me asking
rinse
you,
your
Herbert.
mouth out with Listerine.
What? Yeah.
No, if you said, I want
Got
my
the
kids
right to
back,
know.
why can't I have my kids back? Then they circle jerk you about that. I get that. I understand that. But I don't understand why they can't give you a solid answer for why can't I visit? How about just because you
give me a
can't?
solid answer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
They're
if
going to
they
give
can
me
say,
a solid answer one way or the other.
Because they all got the fingers in the same pie.
Once I get off here, I'm going to try to start my letter to the judge.
Yeah.
and your
And I
letter
know
to
she's
the,
seen it because she's seen she's seen that I served the court. It was right there in front of her.
It could be too, Vinny, that they're trying to get you for the abandonment thing.
They're trying to, but they can't use that because they're the ones that have denied me this entire time.
Right. Well, they did that to me too, and they still get you for abandonment.
okay. So Darren, they got you for abandonment. Okay. So Vinny, that's what I'm saying. They could say, well, Vinny, you can't see your kids because of abandonment. I mean, they have to give you something.
Right, but they couldn't use that because I have physical proof.
Well, they didn't even use anything, though. That's
Nope.
what I don't get. I don't get it. I mean, you're not. See, what I'm trying to say is that they're not giving you something so you can argue. You want to have something so you can argue.
They're not following protocols.
We know that. We know they're not following protocols, but that's such a simple question. It's almost like you're telling me.
I think it's because of the crime, his nature of his crime, and I think that's what they're trying to use against him. They're trying to paint him as a monster, a child abuser in a sexual way, and they're trying to hold that to the degree of all the children. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to paint him to be a nasty person, and he's not that.
Okay,
right.
So then they should say, Vinny, you're a nasty person, and that's why you can't see your kids.
They got to say that.
An answer, though.
If that's kind of like what it is, then they should just give you something, so you have something to fight to show you're not a nasty person, and you should be able to see your kids.
Well, I'm supposed to be getting an actual psychological test done on me. I did order one.
Vinny, I think I know what they're doing to you.
When is that supposed to happen? When is that?
Here soon in the next month or so.
I mean, that's not a good idea,
man. The person that I'm going to see is well known, and when he says that something is straight and narrow, he's usually accurate to the T, and they accept what he has to say.
Okay, and you said you're going to see him within a month or two?
Within a month.
Vinny.
Okay.
You know they won't tell you.
So in October, we should have an answer for what the psych person says in October.
I should have the details. It won't be disclosed to the court until I consent to it.
What do you mean, Durham? What are you trying to say about that?
I'm trying to tell Vinny, I know what they're doing. Vinny, they won't give you an answer, right?
Right.
So when you get into court, right, you've got nothing to defend yourself. They'll go into court, they'll come out with it all, and you can't defend yourself. You see where I'm coming from? You should be able to, they should give you a reason now, so you can get up evidence to prove otherwise and defend yourself. So when they go into court, they'll just come out with it, and you're gonna. It's like you'll be in shock. You'll be like, what? But it'll be too late to defend yourself. Are you with me? You wouldn't have time to gather evidence to counteract them. I think it's like being scammed. It is. I mean, I might be wrong, Vinny, but I'm getting a gut feeling. That's why you're not being told.
There is no risk if they're supervised. And the supervisor's in the room because my wife has visitations and the supervisor is right there in the room with her.
It's like they try and fit you up with something when you get into court.
Yeah.
And then it's too late to defend yourself.
And
That's
then
what I
they do
think.
look like
I really got a good feeling. That's what they try to do to you.
And then they
They're
catch
trying
you
to
off guard.
silence me too because they keep saying that I keep posting on Facebook about them. And my CPS attorney laughed and he said, that's freedom of speech. He said, they can sit there and say that you're an angry person, but you're really just a father that's pissed off because of the things that they've done.
Freedom to express yourself.
Yep.
That's what
and
it
they're
is.
trying to use it in the civil matter. And he just laughed and he goes, it's funny that they have screenshots of your entire Facebook. And he goes, there's nothing wrong within what you've said.
They shouldn't be able to use that either because you've got privacy laws. You must have privacy laws in America. They shouldn't be using anything from your social media. I know they do, but they shouldn't be.
It's we have the one of the amendments. I can't remember which one it is, but it's freedom of speech and press. That is covered under that.
Obviously, you've got like freedom of speech. There's conditions to it, obviously.
Yeah,
you can't go around like being like racial remarks and threatening and stuff like that, right? But freedom to express yourself is completely different. They've just changed that here after the riots because obviously everyone was chanting all sorts of horrible stuff. So they've changed it, but like you have freedom to express yourself. That's if a police officer was to stop me now from saying like all my videos that I'm putting up on TikTok now, if they would try and use it, I would say I've got freedom to express myself.
Yeah. Well,
that comes under Article 10 of the Human Rights Act in this country.
We're about at that time, guys. I said I was going to go a little bit over, so I went a little bit over tonight. So with that said, we're going to do final words. Anyone that's wanting to have final words in the comment box or in the box, go ahead and speak. We'll start with Herbert, I guess. Can't hear you, Herbert. You're muted.
Give them a second in a box to type if they're going to say some final words.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to do the roundabout. Because there's five of us here.
Okay, while you're waiting for them to type, I'll start and say that from all that I listened to with all you guys globally about CPS, I've learned to try to educate people that they have to know the a game plan, the guidelines, what to do, what not to do with your children to avoid being the target of CPS. Because each and every one of you have been targets for whatever reason. Okay, I'm not passing any judgment on anything. I'm just saying for whatever reason, CPS target you. Now they got the kids. So I'm telling people who are not part of CPS, they have to avoid being a target so you don't fall into what these people on the show are falling into, trying to get the kids back. And if you think that slapping your child into another zip code is okay, it's not. That's abuse. And if you think that having your older, say 9, 10-year-old watch your 2-year-old for many, many hours, believe it or not, that falls under abuse. Something as simple as that is considered abuse to the 9-year-old child. To watch the 2-year-old child most of the day while you're doing things, that could be considered abuse. So it's simple things like that you have to be cognizant of and be aware of. Don't leave your children in the backyard where there's a pool and figure, oh, they'll be okay. And then the kid falls in, drowns. Don't leave your pool. Don't leave your kids with a babysitter that you don't really know that can abuse your child, because that will be a target for CPS to come after you. Don't argue with your husband or wife in front of your children, because that's abuse to the child, and CPS will come after you. That's all I have to say.
Well said, Herbert. Durham?
Just like same old, same old. And it's like never give up. Keep fighting, because there's always hope. Do you know what I mean? And maybe one day we will get to the bottom of the truth. I'm just a little bit in shock tonight, especially after Darren reading that out, and then obviously you, Vinny, especially when it was going so good for you, and then suddenly you were shot down for whatever reason. But yeah, keep up the fight, and like Herbert says, try not to bring the CPS to your door, and do the same. And love you guys, you're great, and we just keep fighting them. Thank you very much for letting us on.
Gary? I don't know if she's there. We'll skip her. Darren?
Yeah, just make sure you watch us Monday through Friday, 8:30 start time, and catch Vinny shows on Saturday. That's how you get the news about what CPS really is.
And as for my final words for tonight, never trust what is going to happen in court, because they can always find a way to screw you. Never put your faith in a corruption as far as DA, CPS, guardian ad litems, AAGs. They're all corrupt. They're all working in the same organization to screw us Americans and screw everyone all over the globe. This is a problem, people. And if we don't wake up and do something about it soon, it's not going to get any better. We're going to get far worse into the books. And I do not want to see children disappearing across the nations. This is a major problem. So with that said, hate your caseworkers and supervisors as much as you hate these family courts. We are CPS Victims Hunting Justice. We are out of here.
Yeah, Vinny.